Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing the free summer life bootcamp, and I will be sharing all the details I have for the bootcamp, and meanwhile if you have any questions you can ask those as well. So before we begin, is everyone able to hear me properly, because audio is a big deal and I just want to make sure everyone can hear me before we get started. So we have a few people in the chat already. So the Hey Parekh says hi, hi back. Then we have Itishamuddin Sayyid Muhammad. How can I contact you? You can email me at contact@murtahasan.com. Now, this is a good thing. We will be discussing this today. So I will be sharing with you a chatbot that actually can answer on my behalf. So if you have any questions like where can I contact you, it will give you the exact links where you can contact me, how you can email me, and so on. And the best part is that you will be learning to create those as well. And I will explain a bit in detail. But before I do, I just want to make sure that we are headed in the right direction. The audio is good, the video is good, and we are ready to take off. I hear you, and yes, hello from a very hot London. Okay, so uh, what exactly is the temperature in London right now? Let me just Google that. Temperature in London. Because right now, where I'm sitting, the temperature is not that bad. Maybe it's 30 something, but it's very humid. So without an air conditioner, it's unbearable. So in London, it says 28 degrees Celsius and 82 Fahrenheit. Well, it's not that bad. Okay. I really like your projects. Thank you very much. Hi, hello, welcome. Exceptional projects. Thank you very much. Do we have to learn deep learning before starting computer vision? Okay, let me answer that. Video and audio are all good. That's good to know. Okay, so the question is, what was the question? Do we have to learn deep learning before starting computer vision? The answer is no. You don't need to go to the very basics to get started. This is what I recommend. Start with a project and try to implement it. Try to read documentation based on that project. So, for example, if you wanted to create a project where you can detect objects, then start searching about what are the best methods to detect objects, and then try to find some code in Python or in any other language that you're comfortable with, and then try to implement that. And in that process, you will start to learn. And once you grasp the basics, or once you grasp how to create that particular project, then you will be motivated to learn the actual basics, the actual theory behind it as well. So, and that's how I do it. So if I wanted to, let's say, create a website, if I wanted to learn, let's say, HTML, CSS, what I would do is I will pick a project in mind. For example, I want to create a website that will show some products, some listings, and or a lot of times people choose to-do list as their first project if they're creating a website. So let's say you want to create that to-do list app, and you start working on it, and while you understand the concepts of how actually can you create that to-do list, you learn the basics, and then from there you get the motivation to dive deep and get started. So if you dive deep right away into the basics, it gets very dry. It gets very boring. So I feel that way because universities, they normally do this. if you're, for example, if you're learning electrical engineering, they will start with the very basics of, let's say, how an electron flows within a transistor. So that flow is quite boring. Instead, if you were to say that, let's say, this is a transistor, you can use it as a switch, and let me show you how you can use it as a switch, then you demonstrate it, and then you say, okay, now let's go and understand the internal workings of it. That is much better than going through the basics first. Now, that's my approach. I can be wrong as well, but I have found that this is a good method to do this. Okay, are you from India? No, I am from Pakistan. I'm not from India. Are there entry-level jobs available in computer vision? I have seen many posts, and all companies are asking for experience in computer vision or ML. Of course, as we move along, there is a big revolution coming up. Right now, everyone is focused on the software part, but eventually we are going to move it into hardware. So we will have robots. Now, they might not be humanoid robots, people like people, but they might be wheeled robots, or maybe drones, or maybe something else, but they will have AI embedded in it. So definitely there is a ton of opportunities that are going to open in the field of computer vision and machine learning. Now, to say that it's the same what it was 5 years ago, that would be wrong. Computer vision is not the same anymore. That's why I will explain why are we changing the bootcamp curriculum as well. Earlier we had something else planned, now we have something else. And the reason for that is actual feedback that we are getting from users, that we are looking at the trends that the computer vision is headed towards. Because we can, again, go to the very basics of how images work, how to change pixel values, how to add color, how to make it grayscale, and all of that. While that is important, we should, as I mentioned, start from something meaningful, something practical, and then we can go back to the basics and learn more in detail. So mine is 30 degrees with 79 humidity. That is a lot of humidity. The temperature is not that bad, but the humidity, some people think that temperature is the only factor, but humidity plays a big factor in how much heat do you actually feel. What's your salary, brother? Okay, I don't work, I don't do a job, so I don't have a fixed salary. I used to have a fixed salary when I was working as a lecturer in a university, but it's been around 3 years since I left that, and I don't have a fixed salary. It's a business, ongoing business that runs, and we have a free model and we have a paid model, and both complement each other and help me and our employees run our kitchens. Salam, sir. I have been following you for long. Just completed my bachelor's in AI. Can I somehow work with you guys? You got an internship opportunities, etc. Any job openings? Now, we might have some opportunities, but not at the moment, because we are expanding right now. And once we stabilize a bit, then we will be having some opportunities in terms of internships. Do you have experience using detection models in real-time CCTV cameras? So CCTV cameras are pretty much the same thing. It's just an IP address that you get. It will give you the camera feed and you implement it on that. It's not anything difficult. You can actually implement it very easily. Now, the problem with CCTV is a lot of the times they are not very good. They're not very clear compared to, let's say, a mobile camera or a video. So you might get different results. So in this case, I definitely recommend that if you're creating something for the CCTV, then use the data from that CCTV to train the actual model. So transfer learning would be the best option in this case, so you can get some good results. What's the best resource to start learning CP? So again, we have a lot of different areas of computer vision at this point. So it depends which area do you want to move into. But looking at or going through our YouTube video, our YouTube course, which is completely free, it's a 3-hour course that you can complete over a weekend. I would say that is a good start to get started with. I believe it has over 3 million views up till now, which is very rare for a course video. So I would say it is definitely something a lot of people have gotten benefit from. So definitely check it out, and it will help you out as well. Okay. So let's start talking about the boot camp. So I have been answering journal questions till now. So let's go ahead and discuss the boot camp a bit. So we will come back to the questions as well. Okay, so in the boot camp here, let me just change the screen. So here we have our bootcamp page. So we are at computervision.zone. So you can simply write CV zone on Google, CV zone, and that should be the first option that you get. So you can click on that, and that will take you to our website, computervision.zone. Now, once you are there, you can see here right at the front, at the top, it's highlighted that we have a free summer live boot camp that starts in 5 days, 2 hours, 46 minutes, and X seconds. So what you can do is you can click on the bootcamp page, and that will open up the bootcamp. Now, if you have already logged in, if you don't log in, it will say here you have to log in. Let me open up an incognito mode, and I will write here CV zone. And if we go there, and you can see it says login register. And if you have already logged in, you will see my account. If you haven't logged in, you will see login register. Now, if you go to the bootcamp page, if you did not log in, it will show login to enroll. So you will click on that. You will enter your username and password. If you haven't enrolled, you can register here. You can register via your email, or you can register with Google. So it's up to you which one you prefer. Once you log in, this button will change. Login to enroll. This button will change to enroll now. So you can click on that, and it will enroll you to the course. So that's how simple it is. Right now it's showing current status not enrolled, and the price is free. And to get started, you simply press the enroll button. We have a lot of questions coming in. So when is the boot camp starting? Or is there a question before that? According to you, what technology behind the Google Lens? Whatever the technology was, it was a complete fail because the hardware part was not as feasible as they thought. It's the same thing that happened with the AI pin. What is it called? I believe it's the AI pin or pen, something like that. AI humane pin. Yeah, humane AI pin. So it's pretty much the same thing that happened with this. Like the software part, okay, it might be good, but the hardware is so terrible that it's a flop right away. Like you don't have to be very smart to know something like this, because there's a lot of privacy issues. And with this one, you had to show it on your hand. You had to select if you are in a meeting, if you are talking to someone. It's just a hassle. I did not understand the basic concept behind this pin. Okay, where were we? When is the boot camp starting? So the boot camp will be starting from 1st of July. So that I believe, what is the date? It's a Monday. So we will be starting this coming Monday. So that is the date. Is there a certificate for the boot camp? Yes and no. So there is a certificate and there is no certificate at the same time, because there will be a contest after this. So we will have a few days of teaching of the boot camp where you will learn, you will implement, you will have question and answer sessions where we will solve your problems. But then after that, you will have a contest. So that contest will be based on what you have learned. And we will have judges of the contest as well. We have NVIDIA, we have OpenCV sponsoring it, which means they will be providing you with their gifts to the winners. So whoever participates in the contest will be getting a certificate. If you just view the boot camp, you will not get a certificate. You have to implement it. You have to show the output to get the certificate. So yes and no, because you will get it, but you have to participate in the contest. I am a student from next semester of AI. My PhD will start. I have interest in computer vision and vision language model as PhD. How can we find quality research work? Now, to be honest, I am not very related to the research work. I try to do more implementation of practical examples. So, in terms of research work, I might not be the best person to answer this question. I already make a Python code for object detection and it works using webcam and computer. Now I want to make a real application. Can you suggest hardware for real world application which will be more durable? It depends upon your application. So the size, the type, the computation power, what exactly are you looking for? All of those things. How much CV should we know in order to get our first job in Pakistan? So I believe the idea or the concept is pretty much the same everywhere. So how you get started is that you start creating projects, you learn the basics, you created a few projects, and then you start creating or implementing real world applications. For example, you create a PDF sorter that can detect the PDF files. It can sort, it can manage, it can take the images out of it, it can make use of the images, what exactly is in the images, and so forth. Let's say you have built this application. So you archive that, and that's how you keep creating projects and you keep adding it to your archive. What do I mean by archive? What do I mean is a website or a link where you have all your projects. And you put that in your CV. And then you start applying for jobs. Now, some jobs, they need very entry level workers. The others, they might need very skill based. So it doesn't matter how much projects you have done, just start archiving them and start applying for jobs. Don't wait for an X amount of projects to finish before you start applying. Create projects and start applying right away. So you can do both of these things in parallel. So you don't have to wait. I'm making a system security with model detection, a web system in Azure. That's very good. Security with model detection. We would love to see a video of a demonstration of how that works. It will be very interesting to see that. Will you be teaching how to build chatbots using API, and can I make money by selling them? Yes and no. So we will be making chatbots. We will be making a personal chatbot that will answer on your behalf on your website. So if you can do that, probably you can create your own chatbots, or you can create chatbots for others as well. So hopefully that answers your questions. Selling them, of course, selling is a different story completely. Now, why would somebody buy from you? That's the main question. So if you have enough experience, if you have built enough chatbots, and if you have good marketing skills, then yes, people can buy from you. But just because you know something, nobody is going to come to you saying that I want to do this and please create it for me. You have to market yourself. And this is what exactly our bootcamp is for. We are going to create a personal portfolio website that will market you in the real world. That's our main concept. So we are getting a lot of questions, but if you can please ask questions about the bootcamp for now, that will be very great. I will answer some of the other questions as well, but let's focus on the bootcamp for now, so that whatever questions you have can be resolved. Okay, the question is, can we get recordings of the bootcamp? The bootcamp will have recordings, but it will only be visible to the ones who have enrolled. And then once we have completed the sessions, the recordings will be gone. So make sure that you follow along, and they will not be available after that. Okay, the question is the bootcamp free or not? It is free. And now we have a question: what all is covered in the bootcamp? So let me give you an overview of the bootcamp. What exactly are we trying to achieve? So a lot of the times when someone asks me about an advice of what should they do in the current market to get an edge. So my first advice, and I would say that the first three things that you should do should be the same exact thing. So unless you complete the first part, you should not go to the second one. So what exactly am I talking about? It's promoting yourself. So you need to promote yourself. You need to make yourself familiar. Now, when I was in my university back in 2013, 14, or maybe 12, was it 12 or I think it was 12 or 13, when I created this website. Now, this was my very first website that I published so that I can archive my projects. And if you look at it, it's nothing special. It just has a weird image of me. It says photography takes an instant, blah, blah, blah. And I am an engineering student. That time I was studying in Nottingham. So that's why I mentioned all of this. And then if you go to projects, you will see a list of projects that I've done. And believe it or not, most of these projects were not of any course. They were just for fun. So for example, music controlled LED lights, Edge Bridge was part of a course, clap lamp, persistence of vision, robotics kits. This was also part of a course, facial recognition using neural networks. We created a model back in 2013 or 14, something like that. And then we have the CNC machine. This was one of the biggest projects I did, and it was a lot of fun. Back then, YouTube was not that big, and it was tough getting different videos, but still, I managed to create a CNC machine, which actually worked quite well. It used wood instead of metal, but it was good to actually cut a few things. And then we have robot arm, robot hand, and all of these projects. So the idea is that you create these projects and then you archive them so that one, it motivates you, and second, it is an archive for people to see who might actually hire you. So it is basically showing the world that what you are capable of doing. So right away, this gives you an edge. And this was completely free. And nobody actually contacted me through this because back then websites were not that common as they are now. But even then I had this website. And as soon as I graduated and I got some money, I bought my own website. And that is why if you go to Google and you write my name, Murtaza Hassan, you are going to get this personality card, or what is it called? Google card, something like that. So I did not make this. This happened over time because my website was there right under my name. So murtazahassan.com, because it is under my name, it has my information, it has some SEO done on it, and because it has been there for a while, if you search, you are going to get the first result as my own name. So this is basically putting yourself out there. So even if I did not have a YouTube channel, I still would have this because I had a website and I was putting all my projects, I was archiving everything in this website. Now, right now, I don't have a lot of things on this website, but back then, when I was searching for jobs, I used to put a lot of stuff on this website. And whenever I used to put out my CVs, whenever I used to send them out, then I used to send this link with it. So right at the top of my resume, I would put murtazahassan.com as my website, right at the top, after my name and some other information. So this is what I want everyone to do to get an edge. And this is the easiest and the most reliable way to get noted. So what I like to call is increase your presence. Increase your presence in the world of AI, in the world of computer vision, in the world generally. The more you increase your presence, the more opportunities you will get. Now, I have been advocating this, I have been telling this to people for a long time. But then most of the people, they are like, okay, but I have no programming experience. I have not created a website. It's very difficult to create a website, or I don't have enough money to create a website. Now, to answer all of those questions, to solve all of those questions, we have created this bootcamp. So the main purpose of this bootcamp is if you are a student, if you are someone who has started your professional career, or if you are in the middle of your career but you don't have any internet presence, then this is the bootcamp for you. You will learn how to create your own personal portfolio website, including AI features, all for free. And you will be doing that with coding. And we will teach you right from the very basics, from zero, how to start coding, right up to creating your own portfolio website. So that's the main goal of our bootcamp. But in the secondary part, we also have computer vision, because our channel is more about computer vision. So we will play with some images as well. But most of this bootcamp will be related to creating your own personal portfolio website. And let me show you how it will look like and what will be the link like. So this is that website that you will be creating, and this is very similar to my original website. So if I go to murzahassan.com, you can see here, this is my original website. You have images, you have sections, you have buttons, you have a gallery, then you have social media links, you have contact for inquiry and all that. The same thing you will find here. So you have the name, the images, then you have sections, YouTube channel, you have a video, you have the setup image, you have skill levels, programming, teaching, robotics, all of those skill levels. Then you have a gallery, then you have contact for inquiry and all that. And the best part is you also have a chatbot. So here you can ask questions about me and it will answer on my behalf. And it is real time and it is all for free. Even the chatbot is for free. So for example, I can write, what did you study? I studied mechatronics for my bachelor's degree and then specialized in robotics at Bristol University in the UK, which is accurate. So then you can ask, for example, someone asked in the chat, how can I contact you? You can contact me through email and this and this. So maybe I didn't want to contact on an email. I can ask, do you have a LinkedIn account? Yes, and here is that LinkedIn account link. So as you can see, you can create this chatbot or you can create this bot and you can ask questions, personalized questions about me. And then we also have a fail-safe that if anybody asks a wrong question or a personal question that you don't want to answer, then it will say it's a secret. So for example, what car do you drive? Now I don't want to answer that. So that's a secret. So again, all of this information you can add. Now, if you did want to answer that question, you can add that information and the robot will answer on your behalf. And this is not very robotic that, okay, if the person says, car do you have? Then you have to say, I have this car. It's not like that. It's not if conditions. It is actually using an AI bot that can answer beyond the actual answer as well. It can add to it, it can remove from it. So it will give a very, you can say, diplomatic answer if that is what you're going for. So that is the basic idea, the basic concept behind our bootcamp. I want everyone to have their basic portfolio website, because to create your presence, to get an edge in this world of IT, technology, AI, robotics, you need to have your own website. And I wish I had that screenshot. I didn't prepare for that. I wish I could show you right now, when did I purchase this website? Because it was, I believe, Now it's been more than 10 years since I have this website, and I pay for it yearly. And it doesn't give you direct advantage, but it definitely helps you indirectly. Whether you are a freelancer, whether you are working at a job, you should put all your achievements, you should put all that you have created, you have worked on this portfolio website of yours. So that will be a very plus point for anyone who wants an edge in this very competing world. So we have a lot of questions here. So there are very mixed questions. Okay, let me just finish up this and then we will go back to the questions. So you will be learning to create all of this in our bootcamp, and this is the website. You can actually go there. Let me add it to the. In fact, wait, let's do something. Why don't you give me a question and I will ask it here? Let's see if it will be able to give that answer or not. So ask any question that you would want this AI bot to answer, and let's see if it does or not. So we have a question here that I bought some courses and they are having some trouble. You can always email at contact@computervision.zone and our team will help you right away to resolve that, any issues that you have. Can you suggest top 10 computer vision projects that will be relevant and showcase our capabilities over the next 4 or 5 years? Again, I would say that first create your portfolio website, start from there, and then we will start creating some more projects in our upcoming boot camps and so on. So someone has asked a question. Let me put it here. What framework and programming language you have used for your websites? That's a secret. Because we did not mention the chatbot, what did we use? That's why it will not answer you that. But of course, what I did was I created this whole thing in like half an hour. So I did not add a lot of information for the chatbot. But of course, when you do it for your portfolio website, you should take at least 1 or 2 days just writing the stuff you want to give the AI bot, the information that you want to give it. Will we also have to pay to build a similar portfolio website? Absolutely not. You will have to pay $0. You will not have to add any credit card details, nothing at all. So this is completely free and it is live right now. So you can also go and visit this website. So that's the best part about this. I bought a course, can't see, would you like to know how can I go? You can email me directly. I will put my email and I will make sure that your issue is resolved. Normally, if you email through a weekend, then there might be a little bit delay, but we should be able to resolve your issue. Okay. I can use my GPU, I use YOLO. I don't know how to use SSD and Detectron. I use this YOLO. Is this enough to find job? Again, start creating projects and you don't have to be an expert in everything. If you know one thing, create enough projects in that. And when people see your progress on your website, they are going to hire you in any case for that particular what do you call project. What is CV Zone University? CV Zone University is a project that we haven't launched, but we were planning to, but we haven't launched yet. How did you get to know of that? I would love to know that. Will we learn to make standalone CV solutions? Now, if you have created, so if you have written any Python program, anything related to computer vision, you can create it as a website and you can upload it, you can deploy it, and people can use it as well. So yeah, if you learn how to create this portfolio website, you should be able to create your own computer vision apps using the same method and deploy it for free. What single metric determines how good a GPU is? Now, it depends on what exactly are you using the GPU for. If you are using it for AI models, and particularly you are using NVIDIA's GPU, then you should look for the compute capability. They have these values. The better the GPU will run on AI models, the better compute capability it has. So you can look for that figure. So we have a question, how many sessions do you plan? And what will be the duration per session? We will learn personal chatbot in bootcamp, yes. So let me answer the first question. We will have sessions every day, and each session will be around 2 to 3 hours based on how fast do we progress. So there's a fixed amount of content that we have to cover each day. So if we cover it fast and if everybody understands it, we will leave early. If not, we will answer questions, we will try to help and resolve the issues. The price is free. You don't have to pay anything to enroll in the bootcamp or to create this website and to create this portfolio, and it will be live as well, and you will be able to create something like this. Is there AI in it? Yes. Here you can see this is the AI bot. You can ask it questions and it will answer on my behalf. Make a video on how to create an animation FBX file using CV so that we can import animation in Unity as an asset. That's a good one, and I will look into that. Whatever project I do in CV, it's just a cheap scrap of whatever resources are already available online. So the thing is that a lot of the times, what you should do is look into your actual problems that you are facing. So look at your routine. What exactly are you doing? Let me give you an example. Back when I was teaching in my university, we used to grade a lot of papers. So we had like 400, 500 papers that we had to grade. And when you grade that many papers, you get tired. Then the problem was that we had to manually enter all the details, all the answers, or all the scores in front of each of the names. Now, if you do it once, that's fine. But the problem was we had multiple testings of different softwares. So our university asked us to replicate that in different softwares. So we had to do it 3 times. And that was a big problem for us. So if you input 450 words or 450 numbers 3 different times, you are definitely going to make a mistake. So what we did as instructors, we came up with a smart solution. We coded a file which you run, and it will take the name of the student, it will take its ID, and it will check the score of that, and it will directly input it into the other software. And we just click a button, and within 1 or 2 seconds, it will pretty much do the whole thing, which will take us hours to do manually, and it will have a lot of chances of error. So this is an example of automation of problem solving that I faced and I needed a solution for. Similarly, you can be working on something and you can be looking at a possible problem and you can find a possible solution for that. And once you do, start working on creating the solution. And between that, when you are learning that, you are going to learn different concepts, different libraries, different programming techniques, different algorithms. And within that, you will learn a lot of different things. And by the end of it, you will have something practical. Now, 90% of the time, it will only be for you and you will get the benefit out of it, or maybe even not, and that's it. But because of that, you will learn a lot and you will be able to put a relevant skill, a relevant project in your CV. That's the biggest thing. I had a friend who was creating a social media app back in 2015-16, and there were a lot of apps back then. So, and a lot of them were flopping as well. So I asked him, why exactly are you making an application, a social media app that you know is not going to work afterwards? Like, it's very, very difficult to get a large sum of people to join an app. So starting a social media is very difficult. Creating a social media app is relatively easy. So what this guy did, he created this app on iOS platform, and he did everything. He had a chatting feature, he had email feature, he had a friend request and everything. He added pretty much everything you need for that. And what happened? Nothing. He just added that into his CV, and believe it or not, because of that app, he got his first job. And he got a very good job, and then he started getting promoted, and now he has a very good job at a very good company. So the idea is, don't get greedy right away. Start learning, start trying to solve problems, and keep archiving your projects, and meanwhile keep applying for jobs. So hopefully you will be getting something useful. Okay, so we have questions about chatbot robot. Are you used pre-trained model like Llama or Google Palm, etc.? Yes. So we will be using a pre-trained model. We will be running an API call, but we will be customizing it. We will be making sure that it works as a chatbot and it answers like I answer. So how to give it a personality, how to customize it, that is what we are going to learn. Which programming languages do you know? I've worked in a lot of different programming languages, but the main idea behind programming language is understanding the basic concepts. If you know the basic concept in any programming language, shifting is just a matter of days. It's not a big deal. Okay, so if you have any more questions related to the boot camp, then please do share. Because we are about to end our live stream. It's been more than an hour since we have started. So if you have any questions related to the bootcamp, please go ahead and ask. Now we will be having a contest after the teaching part in the bootcamp, where you will be able to create your portfolio website, and then you will be able to create a project from which you will be able to win prizes. The judges, as you have seen, we have Dr. Satya Malik, who is the CEO of OpenCV. We have Ritesh Kanji, who is the CEO of Augmented AI, and I will be a judge as well. So all three of us will be judging the competition winners, all the entries. And if you haven't enrolled yet, this is the right time to go ahead and enroll. It is free, but it is limited. We are going to stop enrollments so that we can give access and we can give the content to a limited number of people so that we can really focus so that they can create their actual outcomes, they can create their websites. So it is not open for all. We will not be touching Android in this bootcamp. Should I major in a computer vision specialty? If you have the option and if you like that, then yeah, why not? You can. The more specific you get, the harder it is to find a job, but the better the job will be and it will be more paid. You say start finding solutions to real world problems. Can you provide a few examples? So the same example that I just mentioned of when I had teaching and I had to grade, I automated the process. And then another example could be an HR manager who has to go through let's say 100 CVs a day. So some of the CVs, they don't have the correct information. Some of the age limit is not right. So the criteria is not met. So the AI model can actually filter all of those and give you the output. And you might end up with just 5 or 6 entries that you have to look into. So anything you can automate, try to find that. Anything that you think is a bit repetitive, try to create a computer program for that. Where can I sign up for the bootcamp? You can sign up here. You can go to computervision.zone and then you can click on bootcamp page, or let me just share the link. Do we have to pre-install something? Yes. So you do have to install Python and PyCharm, and I will be uploading a video which will come up here in the course content. So it will say prerequisites and you can go ahead and install it beforehand. It will only take less than 5 minutes to install. So just install that and we will be good to go and we will get started right away. Thank you very much. See you on Monday. Thank you as well. I will see you on Monday as well. And hopefully, you will get all the concepts and you will have an amazing website of your own that will allow you to get that edge from everyone else so that you can progress not only in your career but in terms of self learning as well, which is very important. How long is the contest? The contest will be for a few weeks. So we will end it by the end of July. The contest will finish by the end of July, and the winners will be announced in August. Yes, it is free. Everything we are doing is completely free. The website we are creating is free. The bootcamp we are doing is free. Everything is free. You can enroll. And later on, these boot camps will be paid. So make sure that you enroll now and get the best use out of this. I have enrolled and I'm looking forward to Monday. Same here. I'm very excited because this is something we will actually have as an output that you can have online where everyone can see, okay, this is what I learned. This is the output, and it will not just have benefit right now, you will have continuous benefit of it as you go along. When do you start learning Raspberry Pi? We will have something related to Raspberry Pi, but not right now. It will take a few months before we do that. What are the prizes for the winners? That's a secret. So we will be announcing that as well. We have NVIDIA and OpenCV that will be giving away the gifts. So we will be announcing that soon. Only 43 people in the entire world are involved. Don't worry, we have a lot of enrollments. I believe we have over 900 enrollments so far. So not everyone is here at the moment for the question and answer. That's fine. But even if we are able to get 100 people create their own website, I would say that is a win for me. I want 100 people to create their website, to go online, to archive, and I would personally be viewing these websites. I would love to see what you have created, and maybe from there onwards, you will start getting opportunities if you start sharing it in your social media platforms. People might not know what you are capable of unless you tell them or unless you show them through your website. So that will be amazing. I learned CV from you and I have got a CV job. Thanks. Okay, that's very good to know. Thank you very much for tuning in and sharing it with us, your success. And that's exactly what I want, that whoever is learning, they get a bit of an edge. They can progress in their career, they can progress in their business, they can progress in their self-learning so that we keep moving forward. We should not get stuck at one particular place. So, brother, you are from Pakistan? Yes, I am from Pakistan. Please give bootcamp curriculum. We are not sharing the curriculum just yet, but we are going to. You are amazing. Keanu Reeves, probably. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining in. You have been very active. Kagon Reeve, I don't know your real name, but thank you very much for tuning in. And thank you everyone for tuning in. It was a great session. We had a lot of discussion, a lot of chat, and it's not a big deal if not a lot of people tune in. But the big thing is that whoever tunes in, gets benefit out of it. So somebody actually asked me, why is this bootcamp free? It does not make any sense, because we have full-time employees continuously working on developing this. I myself, I am working continuously on this, and it will extend to a week. We have other big companies like NVIDIA, OpenCV getting involved. We have augmented AI involved as well. So why exactly is it free? The answer is very simple. Yes, we do have to run our kitchen. We do need paid programs, but I want everyone to get benefit from the free content as well. This channel was started as a free channel, a free content channel. That's why I want to keep that going, not just paid content. We want to have free content for the users so that everyone can benefit. Now, if you want to take it a step further, you want to get an expert out of this, then maybe yes, you might have to get a paid course or something like that. But to getting started, it should be free. You should have access to this knowledge, and you should get started quite easily. It's a military thing, brother. Okay. We'll meet an NVIDIA event eventually, Lord. Okay. Me from Pakistan, learning model training. Kindly recommend me some course which is free. Model training. We have a course on YOLO, object detection, where we have discussed how you can do custom training. You can check that out on our YouTube channel. How many lines of code should be in a project? Please give me a number. Okay, so there is no specific number of how many lines should be there in a code. In fact, the less amount of lines, the better the code is. It should be readable, it should be practical, and it should be easily changeable. That's the criteria. Yes, you will be receiving an email before the bootcamp starts, and we will have pretty much similar timing of what we have right now. So it will be quite similar. The sessions, the live sessions will be at the same time, pretty much, maybe 1 or 2 hours here and there. Okay, I believe this is pretty much it. Thank you all for joining. I would love to see you all in the bootcamp as well. If you have any other questions, you can comment in this video below, and I will try my best to answer them. Make sure you get the most benefit out of this course, this bootcamp, because it will not be available after the bootcamp ends. So make sure you attend it. Don't just wait for the recordings. So this is pretty much it. Thank you for joining in. Thank you all, and I will see you in the bootcamp.